And we're back with a quick channel update. Now, I know, I've been away for a few days. Sorry about the lack of updates. It's just I've been on holidays. Well, sorta on holidays. I was in Valladolid in Spain for the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championships. They're not my bag. It's more like the girlfriend's big into the jigsaw puzzling, which initially, like your initial urge is to say, wow, that's pretty nerdy. But as someone with the amount of hours in games that I have, like I think the expression is people in glass houses with, walls made of spreadsheets probably shouldn't be throwing stones about the word nerdy around the place. And anyway, I think nerdy's changed to be cool now, maybe. I don't know. I don't really keep track of this stuff. If you've never hung around with puzzlers before, I believe puzzlers is the correct term, they're a little bit crazy. They spent a hard day puzzling and, competing to try and do speed puzzling, and then to relax afterwards, here they are doing a bunch more puzzling. Because of course they are. Oh, and the most important thing in the picture here is this right here. This is very, very, very delicious chocolate. Unfortunately, it's only available, as far as I can tell, in Australia. If any of you know any place in Ireland where I can get my hands on these or something similar, they're kind of like Terry's chocolate orange, except it's like a dark chocolate coating and kind of a toffee orange. It's delicious. I need to get my hands on these. We were kind of bold about this. We sort of stole them off someone. Well, no, not technically stolen them. She said, take them. And she may have meant take one or two a piece, but we sort of just took the whole bag. Yeah, sorry, but no regrets. But yes, food-wise, Valladolid was, like, the people of Valladolid have a weird diet. It's sort of like, it's like a three-part diet. The first is cured ham, like Iberico or Iberian ham. It's everywhere. It's just, there was 2 shops on either side of the place we were staying that were selling this stuff. It is just everywhere. You also have, like, the second part took us a while to figure out, but that's actually fruterias or fruterias. There's like fruit shops. There's fruit shops everywhere. Like, I didn't believe people wanted that much fruit, but it kind of makes sense because if you're eating nothing but sort of fatty cured hams, you sort of need some fruit to sort of balance it out, would sort of make sense. And then the third part of their diet seems to consist of beer and tapas. And tapas is basically just, cured meats on top of some bread that you then eat, and maybe some other stuff that goes with it. But generally, yeah, they seem to drink a lot of beer, eat a lot of tapas, some cured ham, and then have fruit on the side. That was great. However, small problem, they seem to, like, close down their shops at weird hours. They have that whole siesta thing going on, so you're trying to get a main meal, and they don't seem to really do main meals. They eat lots of smaller meals. I think it's to do with the heat or something like that. We kind of messed up on that front, and we ended up eating burgers one day because we just couldn't find any place else that was open except for some place that was, I presume, an Americanized shop full of burgers. But, it was getting so bad because we don't really eat a lot of fruit. So, we're on holidays. We're not going to stop at a fruit shop and buy, like, a basket of fruit to bring home. So it was getting to the point where I was feeling like I needed to eat a salad. I mean, and that, if you know me, that's, like, very rare. Like, I just was desperate for some sort of vitamin or mineral content at all. Thankfully, though, we found a pizza place. And as everyone knows, a pizza has tomato sauce in it, which technically counts as one of your 5 fruit and veg a day. In fact, in America, it has been legally proven that is technically one of your 5 fruit and veg a day. Well, that's so they can serve pizzas to kids, it seems. But whatever, it still counts. But yes, Valladolid people, wonderful diet over there. It seems to consist majority of beer and cured hams, and I am, like, all for that. Excellent. Just, it's the fruit thing that's a bit tricky, especially when you're traveling. Anyway, found a place that served Negronis that had very good ratings, and the Negroni was, still horrendously bad. I've never found, we're never going to find a good Negroni. I know I have to go to Italy at some point and see, they're supposed to have the best Negronis, but yes, I still believe this should be eradicated from all cocktail menus across the world. There has never been a good one made as far as I'm aware. This Valladolid place was just crazy busy. Like, there was the 3-day World Championships Puzzle Festival going on. They had a half marathon going on while we were there that was running all the way around the bloody place we were staying. Then they also had a Virgin Mary March parade religious thingy that was going all around. This thing was huge long. We couldn't cross the streets. We kind of got walled in by a parade on all sides. And, like, my girlfriend's a very nice person. Siobhan was like, she's the type of person who will stay at a traffic light, even though there's no cars coming, and just wait until the lights change. She's not like one to just rush across the road. But yeah, she barged through a religious parade. Well, okay. Well, she waited until a guy in a wheelchair was trying to cross, and then she sort of slid in behind him, which somehow made it feel worse, and I did feel a little bit bad about it afterwards. I didn't ask her how she felt. She was just so happy to get to that the Puzzle Championships things that, like, yeah, no, I'm not even bringing that up with her. I'm not actually a puzzler myself. I was just there for moral support. But it turns out pretty handy. It's like, it was just 3 days of this stuff where she had to show up and do this. She was doing the singles events and all that, but it only lasts 90 minutes. Her best time of finishing a puzzle is 60, and I really have to be there at the end. So I just like show up at the start. She start her puzzle, and once she's like zoned into it, I just disappear for like a couple of beers and some tapas. By the time I get back, it's like 50, 55 minutes in, and then I just, hang around until she's finished and, give her a round of applause. It's great. Supportive boyfriend stuff. She was not there to get first place. She was there to just finish in under the 90 minutes. I mean, if you've ever seen the Irish record at any kind of sporting events, the World Cups, the Olympics and all that, we are not like a large country, so we don't really get up in the top podium positions very often. It's more like we've got this thing where we support like the underdogs. That's sort of our jam. But watching someone who's trying to finish the puzzle and get there before the 90 minutes run out, you're like, come on. It actually was kind of entertaining. I quite enjoyed it. This guy here is Alejandro. He like finished this puzzle, the final puzzle, in 37 minutes and 59 seconds. There is also some suspicions that he may or may not be an android. Yeah. Oh, and see this guy here? This guy gets it. This guy is like, yeah, let's go get a beer, like now that the puzzling is over. See, if I had one critique of the whole jigsaw puzzling thing is no bar. There was just no bar in the place. I had to leave the place to find a bar and then walk quite a distance. I mean, I could have went to the bar next door, but it was a very Spanish bar in terms of like you order something and it shows up like 25 minutes later. It was, no, if this was done in Australia, I would have tripped over a smaller bar on my way to the main bar. I'm just saying, next time, put in a bar, things would be much, much happier. Though they probably wouldn't be able to allow kids to compete then, though. As joyous moments go for me, there was not a lot of whiskey involved. Unfortunately, like there was whiskey, but not nearly the Scottish levels. But we did win a raffle. Siobhan bought a few tickets for the raffle, and we thought, if you win a puzzle. She went up to accept this puzzle, and it turns out you just won a giant stack of puzzles. I believe she won 13 or 14 puzzles all in one sitting. It's like, oh, that's a lot of puzzles. A good thing that I pack lightly. I had left a load of space to bring back whiskey, but it turns out the prices in Portugal, in Spain have gone crazy. So, it was not bringing back whiskey. So I had space for, basically 70% of my bag was jigsaw puzzles. It was interesting, very interesting. She's very lucky that I'm a light packer when it comes to clothing. Also, if you've ever seen a puzzler go up to accept a prize that they think is just going to be a puzzle, but instead gets about 13 or 14, you can see them sort of sweat joy when they get them. It's like, oh my god, this is so great, but how am I going to fit this in my luggage? But it's so great, but how am I going to... Nah, they kind of oscillate back and forward a bunch. It was very entertaining to observe, at least from the outside. Via Denith's final gift to us on our final night when, we needed to like get up early the next day to get on a train, to get to the airport, to get our plane early in the morning was a Christian rock band. Yay! Any rock band would have been bad. Actually, then it went into a DJ afterwards, and it was like, why? Why are you doing this to us? But yeah, it is what it is. I think that's pretty much par for the course for everyone on one holiday. They're always going to have some sort of rock band playing outside your window for no apparent reason. And here, coming up on the final minutes, about 176th position, we have Siobhan representing Ireland. Very proud of this finish for her. Oh, and that lady beside her, that's the one we sort of stole the chocolate off. Again, very, very sorry. Very, very sorry. But you shouldn't have made those chocolates that delicious if you didn't want them to get stolen. That's just all I'm saying, right? That's all I'm saying. I know this is less of a channel update and more of like, this feels like a travel vlog. It's basically just, it's a travel vlog, isn't it? Actually, no. There's no gratuitous pictures of my butt going into some blue water pool or out of some blue water pool or some sort of ocean or thing. Like all those travel vlogs just seem to have that. And no, we're not going that way. Just no. I'm pretty sure I can't pull off a bikini. Well, okay, maybe I could, but I refuse to try, just on grounds of something. But channel-wise, the actual update part here, I'm thinking on Thursday, we finish off the Oxygen Not Included run. We just got to finish that secondary rocket for all the duplicants, strip mine a bit, and then just head for the tear. But knowing me, I'll probably take too long about it, and I won't finish it until Monday. So I'm going to leave Monday just penciled in for that. For Thursday, I want to do a little bit of for Friday this week, I want to do Stacklands. It's been I kind of do want to finish that off, and there's an expansion for it I'd like to give a little bit of a run to, so maybe a little bit of Stacklands. And rolling in on the wheel, we have Prison Architect, which I think we'll do a few days of. Once the ONI run's done, I was thinking of doing Rimworld next. I'll just take a week off, do a week or two off doing some random games from the wheel. I really have to cut down on the amount of games on that wheel. There's just too many. And then we do a Rimworld run, which is one of two choices, either heavily modded, so that might take some more planning, or two, I was thinking of maybe doing a Rimworld Naked Brutality Sea Ice. No religious shenanigans, though. There's a religious little trick you can use to summon people with clothing to you on sea ice. But I was thinking no more like punching rabbits to death just to get ourselves some basic clothing so we don't freeze to death kind of start on sea ice. Which could be kind of entertaining. Shorter run, but far more brutal. I will now leave you with the dulcet tones of a Christian rock band from Spain. And yeah, this will probably steal all the monetization, but whatever. It's worth it, just so that you can experience the same joy we experienced while trying to sleep.